already?
Ready.
Okay. So, being 7 o'clock, open up the Halifax Conservation Commission meeting. President Ed, Peggy, Steve, myself. Also, just to let you know, this is meeting is being recorded for Area 58, and that can be viewed on YouTube also. Our first thing is at 7:10, so I guess we could do a discussion first.
Okay.
And the first discussion is, let's see. Oh, I guess we could also
Peggy.
mention that Peggy is now our
Officially.
administrative assistant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, so happy.
Yeah, it's streamlining things greatly.
Yes. Where have you been? Across the hall. Okay, and then the other thing, that next discussion is the levee break at Robbins Pond. And I know there's been a lot going on as far as East Bridgewater's been involved, and I know they had put boards in the culvert, was it?
They asked the East Bridgewater Fire Department to add them to a couple of culverts on Elm
Yeah.
Street and Furnace Street
Yeah.
that day. I haven't been over there to look at it since, so I don't know. I mean, it was pretty bad. There were yards that got flooded that had never flooded before.
Yeah.
So I know it was pretty bad.
Yeah. So I guess we could.
It's more of a Bridgewater issue, isn't it, though? Because it is.
Well,
The
it's
damage
affected
is in
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater, but if you
But
trace
the levee's in
water
Bridgewater,
back-
too.
Yeah, the levee's in Bridgewater,
Yeah.
but why did
Okay.
Robbins Pond fill up that bad? Like what, the water pressure behind that, where did that come from, I guess might concern us, because now you're crossing, I mean, Robbins Pond is, right up against the Halifax line, so the water that feeds into it is probably from the Stump Creek, which is probably from East Lake, which is from West Lake,
Like, yes,
which
it's
is from
connected to
Silver
us,
Lake.
yes.
You know what I mean? And it's all part of the Taunton River watershed. So
Yeah.
really, that's who should be looking at it, because Taunton River watershed encompasses more than one town. We really
Yeah, right.
can't look at too much more outside of our town. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess we could look at the levee that feed, or what feeds into Robbins, but,
Yeah.
other than that, we can offer them, any questions that East Bridgewater might have, we can help them answer, but like you said, the levee was damaged in East Bridgewater, and the properties that were damaged were in East Bridgewater.
Yeah. I think the question for us, I guess the culvert, does it still need to have that, those boards in place, or can we remove them?
Someone from, I think, East Bridgewater, Halifax would have to do a joint,
Yes,
take a look
maybe I
at it.
can, maybe we can contact East Bridgewater Conservation,
Yeah.
and I can go out with one of them, and
Okay.
we can take a look at it. Either of you, if you want to go too.
Yeah, and like I said, I can do, now that the sun's up, I can go this time of night, or I can go
Yeah.
Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay, so we'll do that. Was anybody here for the Robbins Pond? No, okay.
Okay, didn't think
All
so.
right. All right, and what time is it now?
5 after.
Okay, we still have time. We can go on to our next discussion.
Cherry Street?
Is that the next one?
Yeah.
Oh, people are here for
Okay, well, we can always bypass it.
that. Yeah, we can,
Do you want, I don't think anyone put 32.
What?
I said, I don't think anyone put 32 is. Not that I really know. But you can go down to the Pratt Street Center.
Go down to what?
Go down to
Pratt Street?
Yeah,
Pratt
that's
Street?
the one I just showed you the plan of every side.
oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Pratt Street, that's the certificate of compliance. Okay, so
Is anybody here for that?
anybody here for Pratt Street?
31 Pratt Street?
Okay, so they wanted a certificate of compliance for a septic system.
Okay.
And I know we had, the old health agent had signed off on it, so
Yes.
I feel comfortable with that, signing it.
So
Make a motion for a certificate of compliance.
I
to
put a
be
motion
signed.
for 31 Pratt Street, certificate of compliance for a new septic tank.
And second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And we
Okay,
just need the signatures. All the old, if anybody's interested, all the old paperwork is, it's a very old house. The original engineer didn't have a certificate of compliance. The homeowner was trying to find it. The engineer's retired. We're approving it based on all the other paperwork. It's been approved by the Board of Health, the zoning, everybody else. But you can't find that old engineer. He's not being cooperative, so
And
based on
everyone
that
else
and all the
is dead.
information we do have, yeah, anyone else that approved it back then has since passed away, so
yeah,
based on the information we have, we feel comfortable approving that.
okay. So that's Pratt Street. Let's see, Pratt. And we've done the levy.
You can always go approve bills.
Yeah. I make a motion to approve bills.
Sign and approve all the bills? Sounds good. I'll second that.
Okay, did you-
I put a motion that we apply.
okay,
Pay
all in
bills.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
That's it?
Yeah, because I didn't make the other one paragraph.
Nope. All right. That needs, I think it just needs Ed's signature. We already signed it last month.
Okay, there you go. I guess we have, like 20 minutes before our next one, because the next one's at 7:20.
10 minutes between.
I don't know that it's withdrawn.
I got you.
Oh, okay, so
Okay.
that's why, got it. Let's see. Well, what's Wood Street?
That is a certificate of compliance that was approved on December 27th.
Just need it.
Yeah, just Steve and Ed need to
Oh,
sign.
okay.
Kim
Sign
came
it,
and signed it
okay.
earlier. He's
Okay.
just looking to start, so he wants to
Okay,
record
so
it.
that's Wood Street.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right. Ed?
here you go. And anything about Paradise Lane, do you think that'd be it?
51 Paradise Lane.
Yeah,
Do that
Tree
one?
removal, they're here.
Yep.
51 Paradise Lane? Yeah,
What's gonna be-
okay,
I mean, it really should be pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
Knock that one out of the way.
all right.
Yeah, he's, no.
All right, you wanted,
Where is it?
you have 51 Paradise Lane?
Yeah.
And you wanted it to remove some trees?
We do. There's 3 trees that
There's pictures of it, how they're leaning.
are actually rotted.
Okay.
Okay,
One is leaning towards the blue house. The other 2 are leaning towards dark boat area.
okay.
We've had new tree service. Write a letter to the board.
Yeah, and he mentioned the 2 trees, the 2 beech trees, I believe.
Yeah,
mentioned-
one at the house, so I don't know why that's not in it.
It was, yeah, that one wasn't in the letter. But you're coming before us next meeting, right?
I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah, tonight's discussion?
Yeah.
It has
And
to
then-
be advertised, that's.
Yeah, so that's why we can't vote on it tonight. We just need, because it has to be advertised, so you're going to be coming, we have you on the agenda for April 11th.
All right, so, they gotta not take the roots and everything away, they're just gonna take away.
No roots. They're gonna leave,
Just
Leave the
gonna.
stubs? Okay, that's good.
Okay,
Yeah.
and they actually proposed a plan, something friendly to the hill.
okay.
Yeah, something friendly. I mean, I'd love to see a beech tree go back in there just because of their root system and, you know, how prominent they are in the area, but I get it if that's not something that can be done based on the soil there, but,
Yeah, he said a redwood tree.
The problem is the pitch of the hill.
yeah, I can see that. It's tough.
That's
Yeah.
where it's already pulling.
Yeah.
It's not even a pitch of the hill, beech trees are diseased in the
Yeah.
whole neighborhood.
Okay.
So anything that we plant, if it was another beech tree, is only gonna end up diseased.
Again. Yeah,
Let me write that down.
yeah. All right, so I think, see you on the 11th, and then we can,
Yeah, it looks good though.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then we can approve it
Paradise
then.
We're just worried, because one is really, it's starting to pull from it.
Yeah.
And so if anybody's on the dock or the boat's on the dock, and we've already talked to the insurance company, the current insurance company said we won't, because it's pre-existing. So if something happens, you know, when somebody gets hurt, it should be gone. So
Yeah.
We're just trying to get it out of the way before it
Makes
comes
sense.
out of the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
okay.
Who evaluated the trees and saw that they were diseased, the beech trees in the neighborhood?
Kenny Mitchell?
Okay.
Newcomb,
Yep.
all right,
Something we should look into because they're all over that shoreline.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now we can start. 7:10.
Okay, so 7:10, we have a ARAD hearing for 111 River Street, Silver Engineering, and that was the hearing that they withdrew, correct?
Correct.
Yes, so is anybody here for that? No, okay. So that one
Okay.
has been withdrawn. Okay. All right.
All right, We can move on to next, because that's
Do you
over.
want to do
10
the,
minutes, you could do Cherry Street.
okay, so then we have, next discussion is 18 Cherry Street. Anybody here for that? There. Are the owner of 18 Cherry Street? Are you?
The owner of 24.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is anyone from me?
Anybody from 18 Cherry Street? Hi.
Hi, hello.
Yeah. So I think we had you come in here just to discuss, I know you had asked to have a shed moved? Is that
Yes, the
correct?
conservation have a shed removed because it's in the wetland area, is that correct?
There
No.
are 2 sheds in the
Yeah.
The owner did it or neighbor?
And then-
Did you want the sheds removed?
No, you didn't want
No?
them moved?
You sure you didn't call our conservation? You sure?
Not to remove it, but to move it. Did you want to move it on the property
To move
somewhere
it out of
else?
the wetlands.
I don't think it's
No?
the sheds on the wetland.
Okay.
What I asked the contractor to do is come here to get a pen so I can put more gravel next to the shed, so it'd be
Okay. So the first thing is, we were trying to find a plan that showed where the wetlands were, and we can't find any delineation of your property. So I think that's the first thing we're going to need, is just if you can have your property delineated so we know where the wetlands are. And once we have that done, then we can, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So, when I bought the property, I asked the realtor who was selling the property to check, see if you're wetland or whatnot, and I do and not wetland. And they said they came here in the town, and the town said that it's not a wetland, and they did all the paperwork, I have everything in writing from the realtor, that everything was good to go.
There's no wetlands there, it looks, we made a site visit not too long ago, and there's where the sheds are, right, to the right of it, it looks pretty wet there in that area, and the soil looks like it might be
So
wetland area.
how I need to learn more about it and see what it is, what it is not. The shed is existing there for previous owners.
Yes, yeah, you can tell that, you didn't put it
It's
in.
probably there for 20 years and never had
Yeah.
a problem to be, drowned or anything. So all I want is to make, more parking space because that's what I need. More easy to
Well-
maneuver the car. It was really narrow, so.
I think
It still needs delineation.
anything that you want to do on the property, well, first we have to get the delineation to find out if there is wetlands on the property. If you do have any wetlands on the property, then anything you want to do, you'd have to come before us. I'm not saying that you can't do anything, but you'd have to come before us for approval.
That's why I hired a contractor, because I don't know. He's
Right.
doing with, I don't know if it was you, but I know he's reaching out to some people here and try to see what can and cannot be done, and I don't know.
Okay.
But I think that's the first thing that you need to do. And then after that, we can take it from there to see.
See what you can, if you can, and possibly you can
Yeah.
do some
Yeah.
road area, but we need to see where the wetlands are. The Taunton River is probably like a half mile from there, so if it is wetlands,
They send that certified?
it's filtering the water into the river most likely. So we just want to make sure what's going on there.
The Taunton River is much closer.
Is it more than a half mile?
It's not a half mile.
Yeah.
No? Okay, I was just
Okay, we were
doing,
guessing.
My brother and I owned the house since 1991.
so that is what,
There. Is your house the one that's right after?
to the right?
theirs?
Right out.
Yeah, there's the two houses there.
Wait,
Our main reason
What's your name, ma'am? I'm sorry.
being here. My name
Yes.
is Margaret Compton.
Okay. Did you send in?
The reason we're here is
Okay.
he's running a very large business, actually several businesses.
So I do want to ask you, sir, did you receive a certified letter from the building department to cease and desist the business?
No, not yet.
Yes, he did. It was
That's
sent
good.
last.
It's a certified letter, so
No,
they,
none of my name, no. No.
but at that address?
If it's on the name of the other owner, everything being sent forward.
Well, it was sent on 3/24, certified.
But I didn't sign anything. I don't, everything that was sent to previous owner, did not send it to me.
What, your name's what, sir?
Tiago Nogueira Santos,
Yeah, that's the letter right there.
I don't have, can I have a copy of that?
Can you make a copy of it? Sure.
We'll make a copy for you.
So if it is determined that there is wetlands on the property, so like she said, first you're gonna need to get a wetlands delineation. And then anything you wanna do, including moving that shed at all, you're gonna need to get file a notice of intent with us.
And pretty much put anything on that notice of intent.
Anything that you wanna do, make it,
Within the next
anything at
3
all.
years.
Driveway, gravel, anything that you wanna do at all, put it on that notice of intent.
I see. That's what I'm doing by hiring the contractor.
Okay?
Yep. Okay.
The gravel, because I was speaking to him before he started operating all these businesses from there, and this is constant. This has gone from 6 a.m. until after
Yeah.
1
Well,
a.m.
he just received it.
Yeah, but they,
Trucks run constantly. This
Thank you.
is the residential zone.
yeah,
He has at least his US3 insulation company, there's American Insulation, there's LAR Construction, there's US Free Choice Insulation, all these businesses that have other owners are all operating
Yeah.
on that land. It's all residential.
yeah. Well, I think that's been, yeah, they did send that letter to him to stop that, so he can't keep those trucks, vehicles there anymore.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
letter
So that
specifically
was from
says,
the Board of
it's a,
Health.
lets him know that it's a residential zone.
Can I ask you, because there's several vehicles there.
We're conservation, we don't deal with that part.
Yeah,
That's-
so that would be the Board of
As far
Health.
as the letter is concerned, what I'm asking, so what I read around was that I contact the chief of police if he has any trucks there, which he does. And then there's a $300 fine each day.
Well, he was just
Well,
served the
that's-
letter just now. So we can prove that right now. We're on camera. He just got the letter just now.
So.
But that's from zoning.
Can I have a copy of the letter?
That's from the building department.
That's-
I can
that's
give you a
not from
copy, but
us.
That's from the building department.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we
that's
don't,
not from conservation.
yeah.
I believe the admin emailed you a copy. She said you requested a copy.
Go right ahead.
I,
Let the jump.
So I'm just wondering, is it the chief of police who I contact
Yes.
when he violates the order?
Yeah, hold on. one
I'm
minute.
not sure. You can try him, and if he's not the person, then maybe he'll tell you.
Contact the planning board, because
Yeah.
they're the ones who,
Who issued the letter? The planning
Yeah.
board issues the letter.
Yeah, it wasn't issued from us, so,
was it?
Building.
Building
building
department.
department.
I just happen to have it here in front of me, so.
He's not allowed to run any of these businesses from the property.
Well, wherever the letter says,
Whatever,
that's,
yeah, it's not, again, not from us.
it's not the
but-
conservation committee.
That was my understanding.
Okay.
Because I spoke to Steven Salata.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said that the letter would say that he would remove the businesses.
Yeah, I'm sure that they probably
Yeah.
contact.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
you
sorry.
have-
Go ahead.
Connor.
So I didn't know about this. When I bought the land, one of the requests that I asked the realtor is that I have 2 trucks, and I only have 2 trucks, and I parked them on my property. And we buy a big land, 2.5 acres, so I can fit my budget of parking my. I'm not running a business like everyday people going out. I just park the trucks there, and they grab the truck in the morning, I'll go back afternoon. I might be doing something wrong. I'm sorry. Paul.
That's okay.
No, that doesn't deal with the conservation. We're not dealing
Yeah.
with that.
But I've been arrested because I've been reporting every day in my house. The police coming to my house for no reason. They came because I have complaints saying I'm dumping oil and people and trash on the conservation land. I have the report from the police that they came and I opened my door to them and said, check everything. They checked everything. There's nothing wrong in it. My neighbor, she's recording me every day. I go in my front yard and she's recording me. I come back, she's recording me. My dog go out, she's recording me. I'm feeling really harassed.
Okay,
All right, that's nothing with conservation.
so
Yeah, we can't help
let me
you
just,
with that.
one last thing on this matter, just so we can put it to rest, because this is all zoning stuff. You can park commercially owned vehicles on your property if you're using them to drive. You can't park your business, all of your business vehicles on your property. Your realtor should have told you that you're zoned residential. You can park 2 trucks in the driveway, that's it. You can't have 6, 7, 8 different business trucks. All of that is before zoning. The police wouldn't even know that, because it's a zoning ordinance, not a law.
I want to phrase something else. Everyone I know is contractor, my friends, everyone. So he and them will be a car, a big truck, or a van, or anything below.
His house might be in a dual zone.
But
Yours is not, yours is in a residential zone.
But they cannot just come, park in my house and leave after. They
No,
not leave in the car there.
no,
Yeah.
So,
it's not a parking lot. Parking lot's a business zone. You're in a residential only zone. Your realtor should have told you that.
raise my sentence.
Yeah.
What's that?
They're not parking to leave the car, then leave. Like, let's say they come to my house, say something to me or talk and then leave. You cannot do that.
Right now, how many trucks are at your house?
I have 3 trucks.
3 commercially trucks? You drive all of them? Yeah, every day?
Sitting down is not running.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
And I gotta remove the trucks, because I gotta want
Yeah.
to drive by road. That's,
And again, we've got other matters to move on to. That is a zoning issue. You got the letter. I know we handed it to you, but it's issued by zoning. So if you have anything you want to dispute about that, you do have to take to the zoning and building.
so
And
basically,
if-
that's the zoning department.
Yes,
Yes, that's the zoning, yes.
yes, it's not us. But for us, we just ask that you look into getting your property delineated so we know where the wetlands are. Can you help him, like give him some names or
Yeah.
point him in the right direction, Peggy?
Yes, if you can leave me your name and number and an email address, I'll send you everything you need to fill out.
Okay? And then, once you do get that done, then you can come back before us, okay?
Okay.
All right.
We're going to move on to
All
the
right.
next item.
So, that's that. The next thing is 720. It is 0 Highland Circle and 69 Summit Street. Do we have anybody here for that?
Mr. Levy?
Okay. The only thing I want to say about that is that we just received the
Peer review?
peer review
Yeah, we just got the peer review.
tonight.
Like
So
an
we
hour
haven't
ago?
had a chance to look at it. So because of that, I am going to
The 3 of us got it
I
an hour
know.
ago.
So because of that, I am going to ask that if we can continue it. You know, we can talk, but I also want to just continue it to the next meeting to give us time to look at it.
So, yep, go ahead
Yeah,
and
you can
present.
definitely
and then we'll-
present and-
But we're also going to want to look at
We
that
just
so we can
won't
make
make
the
any
decision.
decisions or anything tonight. Okay.
Joe Webby Engineering, here on behalf of the sign Rolla, who owns this parcel, and his son Naja, who owns parcel at 0 Highland. And what Naja would like to do is he would like to be able to access his property, this upland property, through a wetland. And it's definitely wetlands from here to here. He has tried previously to work with the neighbor on this side to have access through, and currently so far that has not been accomplished. So his only access at this particular point in time is to cross a wetland under the limited project. And we had the wetlands line delineated by Brad Holmes, and basically that's what we'd like to do.
Yeah.
How long's the road? How long is the road you want to put in?
500 feet, 490-ish,
What's existing there now?
just a good swamp,
Yeah.
good wetlands,
And
too.
good
And
wetlands.
I'm sure it's pretty wet right now after all this rain.
And
too.
I know we've been talking about replicating, and
Yeah.
have you thought of any other area to do the replication?
Yeah, we do have a replication area on there. Obviously, we can make that as big as we need to, or we can even go up into the upland on the
I
other
know,
side.
I'm thinking maybe the uplands, I just don't want to, for it to affect the neighboring property, if you made a wetlands right on the property line.
The elevation where you're going to replicate.
This little piece would be a replication, and then this would be refilled.
Right, because you're taking away,
Taking away the vertical.
roughly the same elevation.
It's the same.
Yeah.
It has to be contiguous to the same wetland.
Where's your nearest property?
This, the property line is right here. So this is the back.
To replicate in that area, how much are, like, process, how much are you gonna take away? Because if you just, because right, it's like almost a little peak. It's only a couple of feet, but it's heading this way. You get 52, 50, 48. I'm just afraid that you can drain that. See what I'm saying?
It's going there now.
It's going down, right.
Yeah, we can certainly move that.
Move it down, move it so it's at a lower elevation, so if it does go anywhere,
Okay.
it goes this way, not onto the neighbor's property maybe, especially like this section here, because that's on the, like what is right now allegedly 50 feet, and then it's downhill from there.
Yeah. Did you want to add something to it?
I do, I think I have some value to add to this conversation.
Go ahead.
I'm a branded fan of the ecosystems on the peer review, just like,
Oh, okay, just,
I'm the guy who's got to pay 2 hours. That's on me. But between approximately flights A3 to A11, I don't agree with the wetland line here, and the reason why is because there is an old farm dump that is so extensive and so expansive that it's more of an upland than it is a wetland. So the wetland could actually be made smaller right here. And at the same time, in my report, you're going to see a picture of refuse, a pile of old car tires.
And that's at that site right there?
It's right in here.
Okay.
It's right in here. So you could substitute this area for this area, if you reflagged it right here to go around the jump. You'd still be in upland, then you could create a wetland replication area and get rid of the problem at the same
And I was gonna
time.
say, as part of the
Yeah.
replication, you remove all the tires.
Yeah.
It's not just that, there's a lot more than that.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
I've seen these kind of things, I mean, you know.
Now, for the replication, were you doing a 2-to-1?
Right now, we're doing a 1-to-1.
I would prefer a 2-to-1. Yeah.
That said, I
But-
highly recommend that you read it.
I'm going to read your,
We will,
I
for
started to read it, so.
I have a lot of other issues.
I saw there were some issues from
the second
DEP also. There were some issues from DEP.
That's okay.
There was some,
Good.
yeah, that's a comment,
Oh, maybe that was it.
Oh, Kathy has it.
Well,
Okay.
which I also.
The other copy of the,
copy.
This here,
His copy, so we can make a few copies of, that's his.
yeah. But,
A quick question, with the wetlands now, where's that water coming from to make the wetlands? I know there's a slope there.
It is one big, flat, expansive wetland in mountain topography
Okay.
that I think is just bubbling up from groundwater, just coming up and going down.
It could be. Probably is.
Now, and all the low spots, the pits, they're all filled up with water right now.
Yeah.
So, and not only that, but another concern I have is right where they, right here, where they decide to jump off into the wetland around flag 833, there's a couple of small water bodies that could absolutely be potential pools.
okay, so that should be looked into.
I recommend, because it's the perfect time to do it, this is now the time to do a vernal pool investigation. I recommend that the applicant do a vernal pool investigation of the area around A33. And also, the rest of the wetland that's filling up with water, it's shallow, but it very well could be supporting vernal pool life, but then again, it might not hold water for 2 consecutive months. I don't know, but these are things I think the commission needs to know about
Yeah.
before making a decision.
Because with the vernal pool, is it 100 feet? You have to,
Within, as long as,
Stay away from-
it has to be certified,
okay.
which my opinion is the commission can compel that. And then if it is certified, then 100 feet around mean high water of the vernal pool, as long as it's still remains within the BVW, is the habitat, vernal pool we call the wildlife habitat protection zone.
Okay. And is all of that in that report?
It's all in there.
Okay.
The only thing that I didn't mention is I don't know how picky the commission is about the plan, but I was going over in the regulations, there's site plan requirements, and I can't say that this particular plan in this format meets those requirements. Other than that, I laid it all out.
Okay.
But I would recommend having a wetland scientist check out that area sooner than later, because vernal pool season's gonna come and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we can look into that.
Right, and that's something too, if it ends up being a certified vernal pool, then the pool itself becomes what's called a category D outstanding resource water, and a 401 water quality cert is required for any disturbance within it. So these are things the commission needs to know before making this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it may not, but
Right, but in your opinion, this time of year now is the time to
This
get
is the
those
best
kind of
time to
things
do
done? Yeah, okay. That's,
Okay.
doesn't get better than right now.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, like we said at the outset, we're obviously gonna have to review all that, and we'd like to put it off till,
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna add it to the April 11th meeting.
Yes, we are. Any question?
So,
And your name?
and Jim,
Okay.
we're abutters to that bigger piece on the upper right.
Okay.
So we're just curious why someone might be putting a 500-foot road in the middle of a swamp.
He wants to put a house on that high section.
One house.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what we've been told, and that's the plan that's proposed.
That's what's before us.
I just want to hear if that's what the,
That's
Yep.
as far as
Yeah.
we've been told and we know,
Yeah.
yes, one house, and there's no other way to get to it, what we've been told, because the neighbors on the other sides won't allow an easement or anything, so.
correct.
Just John Doe. I actually am the abutter.
Okay,
It's going to be affected by all of this.
okay,
And I have never been approached once for access to that property for the record. At all.
okay, that's good information.
So what we heard was, again, to access the son's property, to access the father's property and all that. So the concern, obviously, that we have is now you've got 10 acres and 17 acres. Are they putting in a road? The amount of cost that this would take to move this, and then if you're putting in a road or whatever, then the road, which now it's conservation land, is now all of a sudden 27 acres of buildable land, given the fact of all
A road access.
and at $12,000 a year in taxes for 1.75 acres, and you're paying $412 for, one of the parcels because it's conservation, is all of a sudden this gets moved, the road goes in, because you're certainly not gonna spend all that money to have a trike run back and forth. Now a road comes through, all of a sudden this conservation land now becomes buildable land. With all due respect to the rest of the taxpayers in Halifax, is there a way to go back and, I mean, probably not, but to go back and say, well, you join these two, we move this, and the town has probably lost out at $100 grand a year. I mean, just doing the math with the amount of properties and all that, that's our biggest concern, more than anything else. But it doesn't seem logical that you're gonna try and move a swamp, it's total wetlands, it's all that, to build one particular house to go there. We think it's just
Well-
one in.
Yeah, we understand that, we just want to stick with the conservation side of everything.
No, that's
We
fine.
understand finances and everything else.
May I just kind of address that?
Oh, yeah, I know it's a big part, yeah, we know.
Not move it for one house, to protect conservation land, not make exceptions for one home. This is a bigger picture.
This parcel here of Kasai Nezarales, Kasai and Barbara Nezarales, has since we filed, has made a contract with solar. So this is all locked up with solar for 25 years.
That,
We have no intentions other than building one. I don't have any intentions, but Nezarales has only one intention, one house.
I believe the solar field is questionable. I don't think
Yeah, because
that's locked yet.
I need him on some
That's what we're
It's not
hearing.
as firm as he's saying.
That's what we're hearing.
Yeah, yes.
Madam Chair, one of the questions that always comes up when you're doing a wetland crossing and the applicant says they're compelled to have to do, filling of wetland. If you look at section 10.55 of the regulations, where it talks about the performance standards for work and a BBW and replication, at the end of that section, there's what I call the avoidance and minimization section. So, any fill of wetland is discretionary to the Conservation Commission, and the things that the Commission has to take into consideration is the applicant's ability to try and find alternative means of ingress and egress, but also their ability to avoid and minimize any work in the wetlands. So an obvious question that I had before I just about heard about the solar farm was, well, is it absolutely necessary to have to go in the back here? This is a pretty big field. Is there a way that this lot up here could get subdivided maybe into some kind of retreat lot where they could put a house back here and preclude the need to have to do the crossing?
Yeah,
Or
that's-
apparently approach the neighbor, which I was told was done and they were disagreeable. So,
Did you have a question?
No, no.
You all set? Okay. Yes?
Yeah, you're right.
Go ahead.
I have a few questions. Is the peer review now open for the public to review, for public record review? Is it open for us to look at from Concom? Do you have a copy in the file?
We just got it
We
tonight.
just, guys, we haven't
But it is
even,
in the file.
Yeah,
It's
it'll be
in
in the
the
file,
file.
so it'll be, I
Yeah.
assume
So
for the
you
public.
could come-
Public can look
you
at
could
it.
come and look at it.
I have a question for Webby. When you were here in, I believe it was January, you said you were going to submit the engineering for for the road. Have you submitted that to the file? Why there's only, I think, 2 culverts under that road?
Yeah, I think that the question brought up is we have 3 12-inch pipes, and the question was brought up at the earlier meeting, whether or not those were sufficient. I think that the suggestion has been made that maybe we need a couple more.
And
I was
that would
gonna
be
say-
in the peer review file.
yeah, that's what I asked for, was why don't we have more?
And my last question is, the vernal pools, are they shown on a graphic in the peer review? Like,
A picture
yeah,
of the actual, what I think is one of the potential
yeah,
pools,
we're.
and a description of where the flag number is. So the
833.
the areas of concern for the vernal pool are right here around flag 833, which is right where the driveway jumps off into the wetland. But not only that, but the entire wetland has what we call pit and mound topography. So it's up, down, it's very, concave, convex, and all the little pits are filled up with water right now. Not only that, but there are stands of Atlantic white cedar in here as well. So that was, what I didn't find when I was out there was a nice staking out or flagging of the center line of the driveway. That would have helped me a lot, but I didn't find it.
Okay. Anybody else have a question?
Barbara Rustin, 601. So the solar farm that's going up there, is that gonna have a road to it?
That's not before us tonight, it's like,
It's not before us, so.
right now, we're just talking about that other property and just the cross.
I assume they would need a road to get to the solar.
Yeah,
But the road that's going out to that property that they're only gonna build one house, is that like on the opposite side of the solar farm or?
it's on another property.
It's gonna go, the roadway would be right along the edge, and then the solar farm, I believe, has been permitted to be further just beyond the 100 foot, so we're gonna have 50 feet to build our
Yeah, we
roadway.
approved that to be, I told them they had to
Between
come
the
out of
wetland
100
and
foot,
the-
So
remember?
it would be
Yeah,
shared with
it's
the
not
property,
enough.
so the solar farm road is shared with the property in the back?
Yes, that's what we're hoping, yes.
I thought that was one of our bylaws that we can't do.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Unfortunately, they don't know which order to go.
Yeah.
We don't, in our town, we don't have an order to go, so we have to start somewhere, so this is where they're starting.
Okay, so anything else, Joe? Because I know we're going to continue this, but
No,
Yeah.
I'm fine if the questions.
any other questions? Because,
One more question.
sure.
Yeah.
So, before any of this was submitted, aren't you supposed to do like seasonal groundwater levels, boring samples, just to even see if you can even replicate the area that you're proposing, in the area you're proposing to replicate? Just because where you're replicating is already wet, so how do you make wetlands in wetlands already? I mean, does this have to be done before any of this? I mean, I thought this had to be done before this is.
Well, I think,
the next
That's
step.
what we're doing is before, because we haven't,
I mean, seasonal groundwater levels or
I think what this gentleman's referring to is the land requirements section of the regulations.
oh, okay,
So that's something that we should probably delve into a little deeper.
okay. We'll look into it.
Yeah, okay. See what you're replicating, actually, before
Yeah.
you replicate.
Yes.
to see,
Yeah, it's,
the homework, it doesn't seem like the homework was done.
well,
That's all.
this is just one step, there's many steps.
Okay, so we're going to continue this to,
Yeah, I'm gonna make a motion. What is
I don't
this,
think,
0?
I don't think 11th is gonna give us enough.
Enough time.
enough time, you want to go to the next meeting
Okay.
after?
25th.
So April 25th?
Yeah.
And
So I'll
we'll-
put forward a motion to move, to continue Zero Highland Circle to our April 25th meeting.
I
Okay.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Can I get your contact, sir?
Joe.
Joe, can I get your
John?
contact information? Or email down there
Thank
for
you.
me? So we can talk. Thank you.
These are good review guy.
Yeah, I like him, he's very, he's,
I wonder if he'd like to be our agent.
says the agent. Yeah, let's ask him to be our agent, too.
Does he really?
I don't think he was, no, no.
You're not looking for a job, are you?
Would you like to
Be
be
a
our
conservation agent for a town? Thank you. No, that would be, honestly, that would be great.
We'll make it 3. What?
So it won't be tax people's on the,
The beauty of it is that
it's like a contract.
the account is $0 for my service.
Okay, what's next?
Nice. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your input, it's very helpful.
Oh, I definitely will.
Your information.
You got a business card? I'll take it.
There you go.
I want to talk to you about some other things. Please do. Yeah.
Can I take a card just for, for this?
Oh,
But
this one.
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm passing
Yeah, you know,
There you go.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
thank you.
Okay, so being 7:43, we're going to go back to discussions.
Okay,
Let's see, we have
I'm on the wrong page here.
Carver Street. Did we talk about that yet? No? Okay. So for Carver Street,
The complaint, the pictures,
Carver Street?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Carver Street, I didn't know.
11th grade, 18th.
and it sounded like the last thing we did was they were going to talk to someone from, was it Hanson?
Hanson
To use their
Highway.
machine to...
To try to clear out some of the
clear out
culverts and
that
maybe get the
culvert.
flow going a little
Yeah.
bit better.
Yes, and I will check with Steve Haywood
Okay.
in
Yeah.
Highway to see if that was done.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to
And
be
just-
anybody here that could give us any information,
No,
so.
So-
no, but I will follow up and check.
We'll
with
check,
him
Okay.
on
yeah.
that.
Thank you. And White Island Road, 32 White Island Road, and there's nobody here for that. They built a retaining wall. The thing is, it's that they are within, I believe they're within 100 feet of
the lake.
of the lake.
They're on the lake, right?
They're in the lake,
There,
yeah.
there, there's their house up on.
But then there's the
and
road.
There's the road, and then there's the pond.
But there's
So
still,
when you use near map, and I measure it, I like near map, it's 64.75.
so they should have come before us before they did it.
It's not a true like measurement. but-
Yeah, but it's in the ballpark, it's,
Yeah.
If it was like 90 something, I'd say we need to go measure it by hand. You're
Yeah.
40 feet under,
Yeah.
so I think we can
Maybe-
use that as an accurate enough measurement.
Maybe you can
Already
send them a letter.
Built the wall.
And
They've
they
already
cleared out
added the chain
shrub.
link fence on top. There's a shed to the left.
That they added?
And some of the brush in front has been cut down.
Okay.
Can you have them come before us?
Yeah, I'll send a letter.
Yeah, because even if it's an after the fact hearing, they have to get this,
Yeah.
so it's on record.
Yeah, they have to fill out.
They have to fill out the form and
Yep.
fill out the notice of
and
intent.
since they didn't come in front of us, possible fines involved.
Yeah.
Possible, I mean, that's a lot. It's not like they just
Yeah.
built a little rock wall.
'Cause
Built
we
a
hate
retaining
that-
wall,
I know
a
we-
fence, a shed, all within 100 feet of the lake.
I don't know if the shed was there prior and they just kind of
Yeah.
moved it, or if it was
Yeah.
there when they built it. It's just what I saw.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, just have them come to the
Yeah.
next meeting or the one after, whatever, when we can fit them
I think
in.
425.
Yeah, okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank
gonna be here
you.
for a while.
And let's see,
I'll send them
South
Cedar,
Street?
And ask them to come to the 425.
Cedar Street. Okay, what is the Cedar Street?
So Cedar Street, let me get to it, the agent, Cedar Street, the agent the health agent. It's down, so the health agent, the conservation agent from Middleborough and Patricia Cassidy and the health agent went down. The parcel is in both Halifax and Middleborough. So per Bob Valerie, the health agent, Mr. Marble, who is one of the owners of the property, met them on site and was cooperative and voluntarily agreed to move snowmobiles and trailers to a disturbed area of the property that appears to be within the wetlands or buffer zone.
Okay.
There were 3 piles of dirt and tires and stumps from the disturbed cleared area. Mr. Marble will be providing the agent and Agent Cassidy with documentation about the site, alleging DEP gave him permission to do so. I just didn't know if there was another course of action for us.
Is the conservation part of the land, because it sounds like it's in 2 different towns, is the conservation in Middleborough or Halifax? Or both?
Both. But Middleborough's kind of taken the lead on this.
Seems like it.
Yeah,
Okay, so maybe we'll just
We're gonna have to
Coordinate
follow
with them.
through with them
Coordinate
and
with
see
them.
what's going
Yeah.
on.
okay.
Yeah,
And they have an agent, so that's nice.
lucky them.
Hopefully we get the,
I know, I tried.
no, I think we can get them as a,
To do a
As
site
a-
visit?
actually, we'll talk about it.
Okay,
Put it on the
yeah,
agenda.
Okay.
all right, thank you. And
80
is this
South-
our last one now?
80 South Street?
So 80 South Street, that was, that's an
Oh, that's the septic
Erosion control?
upgrade?
yes, that
Oh,
was one
that's
that was
the one.
approved.
George Collins?
George Collins sent a letter with the pictures of everything that was, everything's up.
Yeah,
The DEP signs up. They started the installation of the septic tank,
Yeah.
and the health agent has been there and done the bottom hole inspection.
okay.
That was, yeah, and that was, the only thing with that one is I couldn't remember if we had said we wanted to look at, after they got the erosion controls up, for us to just do an inspection and then let them start, but
Okay.
maybe we didn't say that.
I
can't
can
remember.
check the meeting minutes, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I can't remember on that one
I
either.
know.
No, that's,
I'm not sure which.
But that's
you
it.
can always go by and see if it's up.
It's up, we got pictures.
Oh, okay, so it's up, so that's,
Yeah.
that's,
And they've already started.
So I know they've done a bottom hole inspection, I don't know if the final was done yet, but I can call when they call to make the final.
Yeah.
If you wanna go out and see if anyone's available.
Okay,
Okay,
Okay.
I have all kinds of time.
nice.
Just been home since
Oh, I
January.
could be so lucky.
Oh, I know.
not really.
Okay.
But here's the situation.
Okay, so is that,
We have to sign the minutes. That's a,
So, Kim has some. She's supposed to be- But she didn't come in, so. As I'm looking at them, like, this one doesn't need, so, I'm sorry. Just knocked you around. So Kathy, you were here, Ed was here, and Kim was here.
so
And
we can sign that one?
and Colleen was here, so you two can sign that one. And then Kathy and
Where is
Ed
this?
and Kim for that one.
Oh, look at that, she's got a sign.
And then Kathy, Ed and Kim for that. So these are older ones that I was going to get Kim's signature.
These two for me?
Yeah.
put this with this.
Yeah. Let's
I'll
see,
send it to Bob.
you were on this one. Oh, my name's there. And me.
No, the Pine
Yeah, what
Street.
else have we got to sign tonight?
We have Chris sign and Colleen.
Oh, track him down.
I can track him down.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna wanna,
These are, I know they send them around because they want to know if you have any concerns or questions about what's going to be happening. These are notices of public hearings. So I just made up a little cheat sheet, thanks Ed for the idea.
Yeah.
So you can say contact conservation or no, we have no comments or concerns. And then I'll just let them know.
variance to build a 20 by 20 detached garage at 312 Wood Street. Why does he need the variance of side setback 30 feet? Okay. So it's a setback variance and he just doesn't have anything, doesn't.
Is there any
Wetlands or anything,
But
or
is there any
100
wetlands on
feet?
Wood Street?
Wood Street, is it?
Yeah. That's
I
kind
would
of-
guess yes, but
Yeah,
that's,
312 Wood Street. Let me take a look.
oh, this, he came in front of us before. We approved
what?
it.
312 Wood Street?
Is that the one with the, yeah, that's the garage?
Yeah, it's a detached garage.
Yeah, he came in front of us, we
Honestly,
did approve it.
not on his side of Wood Street, there's not. He's over here, he's across the street from the river. So he's,
Oh, this is a different one.
yeah, so, I mean, if I pull it up, let me switch the map to the satellite. Yeah, so he's over on this side, 312 Wood Street. He's looking to do an attached garage. The nearest wetland.
I thought we said yes to this already.
That's why I think we probably did, because
Yeah.
the wetland, the river's on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
So he's a good, I mean, he's gotta be 500 feet from it.
30 Orchard we went over
I
also.
think the river is 200 feet, I think.
Yeah, because
If
he's,
you're within 200 feet.
But I
Yeah,
think we
he's
did
not-
approve it already though.
Yeah, it's
Right,
already
so-
been
I think you
done.
weren't here for that.
so I don't know
No,
if
I
you want to
wasn't.
if you want to hit no, that we don't need to see it. 30 Orchard Circle.
That's the one with the in-law we saw? You were gonna.
That's the in-law, yep.
Yep.
Do we need to do on that
No,
one?
we can go out there and just make sure the
That's up to you
protections are
guys.
up.
Do you want to go take a look?
Yeah.
What's this
All
one?
right, so say yes. That's 30 Orchard Circle. Is an in-law being put in?
Remember the one to the left
Yeah.
of the house?
Yeah, so what are they asking here?
Just at the bottom, they're just asking if we want them to contact us, or if we can just say, forget it, go.
Forget it.
You've already been,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, we've already, we've
But
already.
Kim was there also. so-
Okay. I've got in front of me 21 Plymouth Street, special permit to build an
In-law?
in-law.
That's not Fieldstone Show Park,
What?
just so you know.
It's
This
what?
one?
Yeah, 21 Plymouth Street. Yeah,
It's
it's gonna be
Fieldstone
for
parking.
Fieldstone.
What do they want to do?
In-law apartment?
Okay. I know they used to have wetlands there. So I would say probably have them come before us.
Okay, yep. Just have them contact us on that
Okay,
one.
so contact.
Beautiful horses, though.
Open air business outside, special permit for agricultural use. 416 Plymouth Street, I'm not familiar with this one.
Is that the truck?
That's the, where Nasarella Farms is going to move wants to move.
Oh, he's moving it behind.
Yes, the.
Yeah, I think they've been in front of planning board already.
Special permit for an open air business outside sales and special permit for agricultural use of a greenhouse
The greenhouse.
in a business zone
So you know where
located.
Nasarella Farms had their greenhouse? They're
Yep.
just moving it to this 416.
Is that in the same area or?
No, it's right beside the car wash, I believe, behind the building.
Okay.
Oh, I'd say yes, I'd want them to come before us
Okay.
because that car wash area.
It was cleared
we've
out,
had
wasn't
a- We've had a
Yeah, I
lot
think
of.
it's-
You and Chris were involved in
Yeah,
that.
no, I would want them to come
So
before
yeah,
us.
have them get in touch with us. And that's it for those.
All right, I'll put that in this.
So, I'll give you a quick admin report.
Okay,
Plymouth County Registry of Deeds, I gave to Cody, the town administrator, an application so that we can start filing the order of conditions and certificate of compliance online.
Oh, so we don't have to go to the registry of
that'd
deeds?
be great.
Yes, so.
That would be
We
nice.
started
Yeah.
that. Deb started it. She had the application for me when she left. She said, you might want to do this. I did. I'm all for digital.
Yeah.
I put, for the fiscal year 2024 budget, I requested a line item to hire a conservation agent for fiscal year 2024.
That would be great.
Did
That
you
would
put
be
in the
wonderful.
hours? How many hours are?
I thought we had asked for
32?
32.
I'd want it, yeah.
Yeah, I think an agent's got to be a full-time
But,
position. Has to
yeah,
be.
yeah, but after talking with that gentleman, he might be outside contractor, can possibly do it.
Oh, so maybe you could do a
But then we-
part-time,
And
and
they won't
that
be part of
part-time
town.
guy just
He does it
coordinates all that.
through- Yeah, he does it like through his company.
Right, but if we
Yeah.
hire, if we have a
Oh.
part-time
I'd like to
agent,
have-
they could just coordinate people like him.
Okay.
One person,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah,
Try
but
to-
I'd definitely like to have our own agent.
Yeah, every other town around us seems
yeah.
to.
And
So the open meeting law, the complaint, I took the open meeting law webinar on March 8th and sent the response to the Attorney General's office and the complainant, and the complainant was fine with it and didn't request any other actions
Okay.
necessary.
was that they saying that You're on TV.
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
15.
yeah, just, all those little things we have to comply with at the beginning. Probably you or I, one of us missed
We
it.
probably just want to get,
We probably did.
So 20 Home Street and 1 Pine Street, and part of the flooding was 63 Carver Street. And Kim King asked me to do follow-up on those properties. I guess they were before you before and just haven't been followed up on.
what, the cover?
63 Carver Street, 20 Home Street, and 1 Pine Street.
Home Street, would we have a problem to see whose land that
Couldn't
is?
figure out whose land it
If you look at, I think we maybe want to add it to the next meeting, because if you look at the satellite images, I have some
Thank you.
that a concerned citizen sent me. It seems that they've cut down even more trees.
and 20 homes.
Yeah, that area there, whatever it is, 20, 24, 22.
Yeah,
If you look from the lake, you can see them too as well, if you go for a little kayak paddle.
Okay, so add that one to 411.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, add that to it, and we can drive by it.
We've requested in the past for them to come to meetings, no one's come. So I don't know if we want to try to do
Did we
that
try- Did
again.
we try that before, and they said that it was not their property?
We couldn't,
We
that's-
sent it to the wrong person.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's
I will
find out.
check with the assessor's office. and
Okay,
see
see
who
the
owns
property
it.
and
Yeah.
I'll send it mail and certified.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And what was the other one, Pratt Street, or?
1 Pine Street
Pine
and 0
Street.
Snow Street.
Those
What were
are
those?
the, why can't I think of the guy whose name they are? Who owns them? He runs us off every time we go out there. Tells us it's his property, he can do whatever he wants with it. It is, there's 2 parcels that are right next to it. There's wetlands right there, and he's running some kind of a business. It is business zone, but he's got trucks parked out there. He seems to be doing some sand, he cuts down whatever he wants. And there's also a section of land that I think he might be using. It's hard to get out there and really survey it. There's a tiny little section of land, it looks like it might be like a quarter of an acre, but it's owned by the town of Halifax, it says.
Oh, how do we,
According to the GIS
Is there any
map.
access to that?
well, how do we
No.
access it then?
For that guy's land, probably.
Right. It's like a little on the GIS map, it's got a little section there that's right next to the wetlands. I think it's probably not buildable or anything, someone probably donated it forever ago.
Yeah.
But I think he might also be using that too. It's right next to, 0.
Do we have anyone with the drone to,
Dana.
go?
We used Dana to do the Morse Brothers stuff. Every time somebody's like, you can't go out there,
Oh, my niece?
she goes,
Yeah.
she can,
So much high up, you can legally.
Yeah.
well, you
go
can,
with something.
well, that too. I mean, but you can, you can see everything from public land, you just,
Yeah.
but his is different. That one's, it's really, like, if you look at the GIS map, it's weird. I was like, wait a minute, who owns that? And it was updated July 2022, so it's updated,
Okay. We'll look into that, too.
And she
Put
want us
that
to
on.
follow up on, was it Carver Street?
Carver Street,
Yeah,
63.
the
I think 2 of us should go by to see what's going on, maybe have them put up some protection for the neighbor.
I can.
I know that's
reach out
an
to the owner.
issue,
I think
but-
she'll
Yeah.
be-
Yeah.
She did say we can come by.
Yeah, she said,
Certain people can
she
go
said,
by.
she said Ed and I could come by anytime.
Okay, I can do all that and set it up for
Okay.
us to do a site visit.
I think this Saturday's probably good.
Yeah, I
I'll
could
let
do
you know tomorrow.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Okay, let me just get
Steve, I'm gonna need your number because
63.
easy communication.
yeah, definitely.
site visit Saturday. Saturday is the
First.
April Fool's Day.
And you know what? In case I go out with you guys, could you just post it, like?
Was it 72 hours post?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
just have
the
to
three of
post
us
it
will,
as a
yeah.
meeting. If possible.
Yeah.
So Saturday be 72 hours.
3 is going?
I could go.
If 3 is going, you have to post it.
Just post it
But it's
as
a
a-
5-member board, so only 2 years have to go. If 2
Yeah.
years go, you.
Oh, yes, you
don't
guys
have to
can
post
go.
Well,
Yeah. What's your number, Ed?
617
Yep,
784
yep.
3380.
380, I'll add that tonight.
Oh, geez, it's on camera. Oh, boy.
Sorry
You're
about
gonna get
that.
all kinds of
All
calls
right.
now.
I already get all
So,
kinds.
real quick,
Erase
the next
that.
meeting is gonna
Hate
be
mail.
busy for you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's
All right.
a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Oh, for the next
Anything
meeting?
else for
For the next
tonight?
meeting, for April 11th, you have 0 and 314 Plymouth Street at 7, 51 Paradise Lane at 7:15, 29 Lake Street at 7:30, 359 Plymouth Street at 7:45, and I just added 314 Plymouth Street at 8, and 0 and 592 Plymouth Street at 8:15. That's just so far.
Some will be quick.
Yes, some will be quick.
51 Paradise Lane, that'll go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, are we all set for tonight?
You're all
think
set for
so.
tonight?
I put a motion that we adjourn for the evening.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right,
All
All
right,
right, thank you very much, Peter.
thank you.
Thank you.
all right.